Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gebo the Shaman, and today we are talking about what happens when we have the moon placed in the 11th house in the birth chart. So, yeah, stick around for that. Before we get into that, I'd just like to let you guys know that I am a Vedic astrologer. I do Vedic astrology readings, and so if you're interested in anything that I have to offer, you can see everything that I have to offer up here. And I am a Vedic astrologer, so you can get a reading from me at gebotheshaman.com to see everything that I have to offer. Alright, so let's get into moon in the 11th house. So, in order to understand this placement better, we need to understand what the moon means, and then what the 11th house means, and then we'll put them together and come up with our own analysis for it. So, what is the moon? The moon is the mind. And when I say the mind, the moon is the mind, I don't mean the intellect like we think of in Western society. The mind in Vedic culture is the heart mind. So it's the feelings, the thoughts, the emotions, the heart center. And our thoughts and feelings don't come from the intellect, they come from the heart center. So, it's that's an important distinction to make. So in Western society, when we say like somebody's got a sharp mind, we're saying that they've got a sharp intellect. That's not the same thing as the heart mind. So anyway, so the other thing about the moon is that the moon is always in flux. The moon is always changing. The moon waxes to full, and then it wanes to new moon. It, controls the tides. The tides rise, the tides fall, and things like that. So, just like our emotions are always changing, and believe it or not, the effect of the moon will always change. So even though it's stationary in your 11th house, the moon is not going anywhere in your birth chart, basically. But the effects of the moon will change over time. And, it's interesting. So, I should say, that, we'll experience our emotions will change over time. So that's kind of what I mean. And so, alright, so what is the 11th house? So the 11th house is the house of our gains, our prosperity, our incoming gains, our friendships, our network circles, our organizations, massive organizations. It is 11th house is the humanitarian work. It's new age technology, so it's like high tech gadgets and things like that. It's conveniences. It's like what makes the world more convenient, and like the internet would be a convenience. Things like that. So yeah, so that's what the 11th house is. And so what happens when we have the moon in the 11th house? Well, the moon in the 11th house, this is an interesting position because this is almost like having moon in Aquarius, which is always an interesting position. Ask me how I know. No, but the moon in the 11th house, the 11th house is traditionally ruled by Aquarius. Aquarius, being the 11th sign, controls the 11th house. And so, Aquarius, so the 11th house basically corresponds with Aquarian things. So, humanitarianism, travel, helping people, new age technology, and things like that. So with this position, that means that you will be a free thinker. You'll have kind of that Aquarius mind going on, which is very out of the box, very inventive, very creative, very ahead of its time. And you just think about things differently, in a different light. And of course, I know this is going to be different depending on the sign that's placed here, but it's this is kind of bringing in that Aquarius energy with that 11th house going on. So this also describes your relationship with your mother. So your mother would be like, I don't know, she would be kind of objective and kind of cold and not really seeing your, like, not really motherly, like, I don't know how else to describe it, but it would be just kind of cold and distant and just very analytical and just different. So your mother could be very eccentric, very very weird. you know it could, your relationship with your mother would not be like a typical relationship. Like if you had your moon in your 4th house, you would experience loving, nurturing, caring, compassionate, motherly energy, nurturing, very loving. And so with this one, it's more of a worldly kind of experience where she might teach you like how to be in the world and like how to adapt to the world, or how to see, maybe get experience other people and things like that. And so it's just a very interesting energy here, because, and so it makes it hard to describe, and maybe that's because, I don't know, a bunch of reasons, but anyway. Yeah, so Moon, the 11th house. This is a very inventive, very creative position. And so this also means, what does this mean? This means that, remember I said this is the house of gains, so this means that your gains will rise and fall. So just like the moon rises and falls, or like, expands to full and then goes to empty. So excuse the dogs. But yeah, it's one of those placements. So anyway, guys, if you're interested in any of my products, courses, certifications, anything like that, services, anything, then you can go to gebotheshaman.com and see everything that I have to offer in more detail, because I can't, all my services will be listed in more detail at gebotheshaman.com. Alrighty, so with that being said, we have I have a sale going on right now on the Vedic Astrology certification course. So that is a course that takes you through step A through step Z all the way through a Vedic astrology reading. So if you're interested in that, and you're interested in becoming a Vedic astrologer, then you can, you can sign up for the course. Alright, and then once you pass the test on that course, then I will give you your own Vedic astrology website. So, and not only that, promote you on my channel. So that's a great opportunity to earn some money, some side income or full-time income, depending on what you want to do. But yeah, then we have the birth time rectification. So we have, if you're one of those people who is into astrology but you just don't know your exact birth time, then getting the birth time rectification is definitely going to benefit you. Unlike most astrologers get it down to the time span of like maybe 10 minutes. I'll get it down to 1 minute, so that's very important. And I take the extra time and energy to do that for you. So then we have the distance energy healing. So that's great if you're, suffering with depression or anxiety or anything like that. We've all been there, and the distance energy healing can definitely help with that. And then we have the career coaching and the life coaching. So, if you are struggling to find your path and purpose in this life, if you don't know what you want to do, if you're just kind of letting life pass you by, sitting on the couch, eating Doritos all day, getting, watching soap operas, that is not a good thing to do. That is not very healthy. So there's nothing stopping you from achieving everything that you want in life. So that's what the career coaching and the life coaching is intended to do, to help you with that. Help you discover your path and purpose in this life. And then we have the ritual magic courses. So if you are struggling with finances, with, health, wealth, happiness, prosperity, love, romance, anything like that, check out the ritual magic courses. And then we have the Qigong courses. So we have the Cosmic Qigong and the Self-Transformation Challenge. So those are very powerful. Those are the most powerful way to spiritually evolve and grow and build your energy, because we all have something called an energy body. And so a lot of times what we do is we drink, alcohol or caffeine or smoke or do destructive things to our body, and that energy body is being depleted. So, we need to rebuild that with Qigong practices. So, yeah, that's very powerful for that. Alrighty guys, so, check out, once again, all my courses, products, services, everything that I have to offer is at GeboTheShaman.com. Alright, check that out. The link is also down below in the description, so you can check that out. Alright, so we will talk to you next time. Peace.